We are all part of a greater entity. We are all part of a greater thing that exists. We are connected to all of that. The hardest part we have in that scheme of things is identifying how we are connected to it and feeling that oneness, feeling the unity that can come from the connection, understanding as we are herd animals, it seems, at least for part of our lives, that we are dependent on each other for survival, if not thriving. That's not a good word to make up, sorry. But it comes down to recognizing and reaching out and seeing the world from a perspective that expands beyond your own needs. Now, part of the journey to that connection, to that unity, is a matter of turning inward and understanding your own needs, learning how to meet them, learning how they shape you and your interactions with the world around you. After we make peace with ourselves, literally, we grasp our needs, we understand our will, we begin to understand our will. We begin to take those steps of forming a connection with ourselves. Because the first thing that society does is separate us from ourselves. Society tells us that the collective is the thing that's the most important, and all energy should go to support other people. This is way more political than I want to get right now. I will say that that is not the path that I feel is for me. It's not the path that will work going forward for humanity. The path going forward for humanity is making sure that the individual has what it needs before it sustains the collective. You have to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. It's you have to eat your meals so you can have the strength to go out and till the fields. You can't just starve waiting to give other people food. You have to sustain yourself in the process of sustaining others, or it's empty and short-lived. It'll be a much shorter cycle, and you'll be very exhausted by the end of it, trust me. But it's feeling that connection and working towards that connection by reaching inside to understand, identify, and connect what is within, then reaching out to what is without and what connects us outside of ourselves, to each other, to the world, to the universe, the strands of the web, the spinnings of electrons, the fact we all have these weird electrical pulses running through us, and where do they go? What do they do? I mean, hey, do they just keep going? Because if they just keep going, that means they go out towards other people, right? Well, or do they turn around at the end with a dead end sign? I'm not sure how that works. I would need to talk to a neurologist, probably. Maybe a psychologist. No, neurologist. Never mind. Thank you for the suggestion. The thing is, we are all connected. I'm not even going to talk about how at this exact moment, but we are. And it's the acknowledgement, the acceptance, and the willingness to first identify ourselves within ourselves and then reach out to connect that self as an independent, authentic being to the rest of society, the rest of humanity, the rest of the universe. That connection is the thing which brings us understanding of others. It brings us compassion. It brings us insight. When we start seeing ourselves as a part of instead of separate. Because as a part of, there's a lot more compassion. When you're separate from something, there tends to be more judgment. I'm not saying there is. I'm saying there tends to be more. And through that lack of judgment, and by accepting the sameness, we accept, we allow, we don't fight. We become a part as an individual, fully sustained, fully authentic, fully engaged on our path with the universe. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Morgan Hornman. May the love of the Lord and the Lady be ever in your hearts. Praise be to Pan, and blessed be. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the clicky things. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Peace.